Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. U's Reviews. Today I'm reviewing the new film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thor: Love and Thunder, which follows Thor as he reunites with his ex-girlfriend Jane Foster, who is now known as the Mighty Thor. And they both have to work together with Korg and Valkyrie, as we know from past films, to fight Gorr the God Butcher, who intends to make all the gods in the universe extinct. First, let's talk about the cast of this film. And of course, we have Chris Hemsworth reprising his role as Thor. And I always really enjoyed him in this role. And it seems like over, these 4 films, they've made him more of a comedic character, which he does well as. But every once in a while, when you get these more dramatic scenes that's really showing the underlying kind of loss that he's going through, his character's going through, I thought that's where Chris Hemsworth really stands out. In this film, but also, just in past films like Infinity War and Endgame, and even Ragnarok before that. When he's given the right material, he does a great job with it. So seeing him again was awesome. And seeing Natalie Portman reprise her role as Jane Foster was a great addition here, because it's been a while since we've really seen her with Thor. And the things they do with her character I really liked. She's now known as Mighty Thor through things you'll see in the film, things that occur. So she's kind of a superhero here, and I really liked seeing that because, she's intelligent, but she's also very powerful here. And Taika Waititi, voicing Korg again was awesome. I always loved that character. And I can't forget Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. Just seeing all of this cast kind of come together, reunite. Some of them kind of meet each other for the first time on film. It was really enjoyable. But the actor who I was most excited to see was Christian Bale as Gorr the God Butcher. And the scenes that he is in, he really stands out. But unfortunately, I felt like he was kind of underutilized in this film. I would have liked to see much more of his character. Because, when he's on screen, he really does stand out. But, he's not really much in the film as you would think. He's still in a good amount of it, but, I was expecting to see him more, especially because, they have this very selective and just great actor on set. So I wish, the film could have utilized Bale more into this film. But then again, he is great in the scenes that he is in. And really, everybody in this cast really stands out in their own way. Now let's talk about the directing and screenplay of this film, both of which are done by Taika Waititi, who in the past he's directed, Thor Ragnarok, Jojo Rabbit, which he won an Oscar for his screenplay, and Hunt for the Wilder People. And over here, with his directing, I thought he did an awesome job with that. This is a grand film. It has a grand scope. It's kind of like a space adventure. And he does a great job with these types of films, with this type of film, but also, with more, you could say, like down-to-earth films, more kind of lower budget, you could say. He's good at doing both. And I thought here his direction was very well done. But unfortunately, it's with his screenplay that I just didn't think was, it just wasn't there for me. It wasn't really on par with his past films, unfortunately. Because it seemed like, although there are these dramatic moments, I felt like the screenplay could have, doubled down on those and spent more time with those scenes. Because it seems like those scenes are kind of at the expense of the comedy here. And the comedy here, it's funny at times, but sometimes it's just maybe like a little chuckle. And I think it might have been a better decision to really, focus on certain emotional elements that occur in this screenplay, in this story. But it seems like they just wanted to get back to this fun, comedic tone. and this kind of creates tonal inconsistencies, if you know what I mean. So that just wasn't there for me with the screenplay. And as I say again, I would have loved to see more of the villain, Gorr the God Butcher, because you hear Thor, tell people, oh, this is a terrible threat. He's gonna kill all the gods. But you don't see much of that in this film. You do see a bit of it, but I think if they showed more of these kind of menacing, threatening scenes with his character, we would have felt this looming threat throughout the film, and it would have made us, be more kind of on the edge of our seat, more kind of worried for our characters, and that just makes the film more exciting, and as a result really improves the quality of it a lot more. So although his directing, Taika Waititi's directing was awesome in my opinion, I felt like his screenplay here could have been a much better, especially if you do compare it to like his past films like Thor Ragnarok or Jojo Rabbit, because over there he really knew how to blend these two tones of like more comedic and dramatic. He knew how to blend those two tones, but over here I felt like it was a little inconsistent. Also, let's talk about the visual effects and music choices in this film. So with the visual effects, I thought for the most part they were strong. When you see these different locations and these different worlds and just space, it's well done. Though at some parts, I think characters could have blended in with their environment a little better, if you know what I mean. It was very obvious that they were kind of behind, they were in front of a green screen, and I wish they were kind of blended in a little better. And also some of the visual effects on characters could have been improved, in my opinion. But with the music choices, I thought that was one of the strongest elements of this film, because once again, there are these famous songs, mostly kind of 80s songs, that are very well edited into this film, into these action scenes and whatnot. So that was a strong element here. So overall, I thought Thor: Love and Thunder was it was a watchable film, especially seeing this cast and these characters reunite again was very fun, and I thought Taika Waititi's direction was well done, as well as the music choices and visual effects. But unfortunately, it's the screenplay that really does bog this film down, because it's such a major element, of film in general. If the screenplay has lots of different things that could be improved, it really does affect the film. And I just felt like there were a lot of tonal inconsistencies. The comedic tone and the dramatic tone of this film could have been blended in better, since it felt like, when the film does have these emotional, dramatic scenes, I wish that the filmmakers could have doubled down on that and really let us, feel those emotions in those scenes, if you know what I mean. But it seems like the film just wanted to go straight back to the comedic, fun tone, and that just creates a lot of, as I say again, tonal inconsistencies and some pacing issues as well. And I also would have loved to see more of the villain here, Gorr the God Butcher, because they have such a fantastic actor, Christian Bale, on screen, and he was just a little underutilized in my opinion. Before we see Thor and Gorr, combat with each other, fight with each other, I would have loved to see more scenes with Gorr and just build that menacing tone even more, instead of Thor trying to tell us how menacing of a character he is. And we get certain scenes like that, but I just wanted to see a little more. Maybe make the runtime just a tad bit longer, and I think that would have been fixed as well, in my opinion. So overall, although this is a watchable film, as I say again, the screenplay really did bring down the film a bit for me. So I give Thor: Love and Thunder a C+. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, don't forget your popcorn. Until next time, from Mr. U to you, stay tuned.